Alright, well, I'm headed up to the Elk Woods. I am so excited. I spent all day yesterday packing to ensure that I didn't forget anything. And that resulted in me bringing everything. But I have one stop before I leave, and that is to the doctor to get a shot of cortisone in my foot where I have really bad chronic plantar fasciitis. I've gone to physical therapy for 6 weeks before I leave for Elk. It got a little better, but it's still excruciating. So it's like the most painful thing you can do, but ugh. Hey, this is part of it. This is part of training, practicing, and getting ready to go. So let's go do it. Ugh.
Well, it's day one, and I waited all year for this day. So excited, and I couldn't sleep at all. I'm so tired already. But I love it. Day one, the sun just rose. There's elk sign everywhere. I heard some elk feeding last night. It should be fun. It should be lots of fun. So up here on this little knoll, and just kind of glassing, but it's pretty hazy because of all the smoke. Yesterday was pretty good, but today I don't know if there's a new fire somewhere. The weather patterns have changed, but it's really smoky, hazy, and it's I don't know that I'm gonna be able to accomplish much glassing. So let me give you a summary of what happened. Today is day two, the end of day two. Day one, I was pretty excited. Maybe it was adrenaline rush or whatever, I don't know, but I hiked a little over 7 miles and my body hurts pretty bad today. I should have gone a little slower, but what happened is I got into elk. I didn't see him, but I was right. I could hear him in the brook, and you know, I could hear him in the timber, and really fresh sign, fresh manure. I called, they weren't interested, and that's sometimes what I've experienced in the early part of the rut. I think it was just a group of cows anyway. I don't think there was any bulls in the group. So that was fun, but I hurt myself, and I got stuck in the eye with a pine needle, and my eye is killing me. So if I look horrible, it's because my eye hurts. Boo-hoo. Day two, I did a little smaller hike. I only did 3 miles today, and took a nap, and then now I come up here to glass to see if I can't find elk so I can get on them in the morning. So that's my game plan. I'm gonna sit up here, look down in this bowl, and this is kind of like a finger ridge. I'm gonna look down here, look over there, and back over here behind me, and see what we can see.
I'm a little late getting up the mountain today because I did an incredible stalk of what I thought was a bull rubbing. It turned out to be a cow, like a beef cow. Have you ever done that before? I don't know what this cow was doing, but, and then as I got closer, I thought, no, it could be a bear ripping a stump apart. I don't know. It's a really thick group of trees, and I got within 20 yards, and then I realized it was a cow, and it went running off. But have you ever? I feel like a complete idiot this morning, but yeah, I was practicing my stalking skills. Let's go with that. I woke up this morning, I was surrounded by elk, mewing, cows, calves, and this bull screaming his head off. So I got my stuff together really quick, and I could tell they were starting to move up the mountain, so I just freaking sprinted all the way up to the top of the mountain, and I missed them. They're all on the other side now, down in this bowl, so I'm going to try to go get them. It was dark. I was tripping, falling. Now I'm going to go try to get them. Put some face paint on in a little bit just to get serious. I don't know how a whole herd of elk just suddenly goes quiet and disappears, but that's what's happened. Oh, man. And about 3 days ago, I was seeing a rub here and there, but it was old, probably last year's. I'm pretty sure it was last year's. You know, sap's kind of dry. And this morning, wow, man, there are rubs everywhere and lots of fresh signs. So I know they're in here. Not responding to calls yet, but I do hear a couple of bugles far away. So I will try to have more interaction with elk this time on the video, but push comes to shove, screw the video, I'm shooting an elk. So it's gonna be even hard to describe what just happened. There's no way I could have videoed any of it. I was shaking so hard. So sit down, have some water, rip off a bugle, boom, one calls back, not 60 yards. Another one up the hill calls back, another about same distance, maybe 100 yards. The wind's got me both. The wind has me, so I go hike all the way around them, like a mile around them. I get back to where I have the wind. Get ready, bugle. 3 bulls bugling, they're all coming together. 2 start fighting. One's still coming at me. He hangs up about 70 yards. Then he's distracted and he goes down. So then I move in and the wind starts to shift, so I just sit down and I just wait it out until I have the wind again. And it was probably about a half hour. I get up, I bugle, boom, right there. And another one over here. And so I pick the bigger, the bugle that sounds the bigger, and I start working towards him. It takes me a while to get there. I'm slow, and I'm by myself, so I have to call, wait, call, you know. So I get closer, and I think I'm getting like really close, and there's a group of trees down there. And I go, I want to get in those trees. I get in these trees, and I'm just about ready to pop out the other side, and this bull stands up. He'd been laying down, and he looks at me, he stares at me, but he doesn't make me out. He stared at me for 20 minutes. My legs went numb, my hand went numb, but I didn't move. And then he just moved off, right? So I let him move off, and then I sat down and composed myself, because I was about ready to lose it. And then he walked off. I let out a bugle, and the herd bull was right down there, about 70 yards.
He was with his cows, and I couldn't get him up the hill. And I had good wind. Couldn't get him up the hill. So finally I started cow calling and breaking sticks, like maybe one of his cows slipped out, right? Well, that did it. He came up. And there was a group of trees right in front of me. And so my shooting lane was this way and that way. And so he started coming to my right. So I went over. It was a full draw. And his tines just passed the juniper, and he stopped. I thought maybe he winded me, but he didn't. And he turned, and then he went back the other way, and then he came out my other shooting lane, but I was already here, full draw. Oh, so I was like, let off, and it didn't bother him. He stopped, did kind of a look around, but then he still came. And then I got full draw again, but I couldn't, damn it, I couldn't get the right shot through the sticks and the brush and everything. And he was probably 25 yards. Big old 6-point herd bull, just white, tines were white, and he was just fighting and grunting and pissing all over. Oh man, and he walked right up, and then he kind of did wind me, but not bad, and went off, started bugling. I came to him again, bugle, bugle, bugle. But I think the game was over by then, and he took off. There's no way I could have videoed that. That was the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I'm dead. And I'm really, really far away from civilization. My truck, probably 5 miles, and I'm dead. How fun was that? Oh my gosh, this is what it's all about. Yesterday was so exciting. I could hardly sleep. Adrenaline was pumping through my veins yesterday. The most incredible thing I've ever seen. Elk hunting, it seems like the bar for what's incredible keeps going up and up and up for me. Amazing. I just love it. So, those bulls, I left those bulls a couple miles away. And, gonna give them a rest because, man, they were crazy. So, I'm gonna go try a new area, and then maybe I might swing back tomorrow if this new area doesn't pan out. But, okay, day 8, just starting. I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, yesterday, I gotta work on this. I was trying to range trees, you know, as the bulls were coming in. I was trying to get my ranges all set and everything. I was shaking so hard. I couldn't get the little crosshairs on the tree. It was hilarious. Oh my god. That was a hike. I have never been so happy to see this in my life. This is my new toy. I'm gonna ride this. I stashed it last night at the top of the hill. I'm gonna ride this bad boy back to my truck. Oh, that was a little over 4 miles. And that last mile was straight uphill. The first 8 or so days of my elk hunt were amazing. If the whole adventure ended here, I would have been satisfied and happy with the adventure. But it doesn't end here. And I hope you will join me for the next 8-ish days of hunting. I honestly got lost walking around the woods pursuing elk and could not remember if I had hunted 8 days or 10 days. So I hope you'll join me for that madness. Here's a small hint of how my adventure ended. It ended bittersweet. I thought it would be fitting to leave you with the same entertainment that graced my camp almost every evening like clockwork. This family of does and fawns came and played in the meadow below my camp almost every evening. That wild, ornery fawn you see running around, torturing his brothers, sisters, and his mom, remind me of raising my youngest daughter. And every night watching them, I would get a big smile on my face and be grateful for my family and for the opportunity to be out in the elk woods. Thanks for watching, and I'll try my best to get this next video out shortly.